blue ribbon, the one that says best speaker on it, the one that you can take home and show to your spouse, your kids, your grandmother, your grandfather, and say, I did it, I did it. And who better to give a talk about the best speaker blue ribbon than a man who repeatedly wins it. This gentleman is a distinguished Toastmaster, past district governor, and an accomplished speaker. Please welcome Wayne Choate.
Sameness will prevent you from delivering a winning speech. Yes, sameness. The same rate of delivery, the same vocal volume, the same gestures, the same eye contact, the same body movement, the same enthusiasm, the same energy, the same conviction. Sameness will prevent you from delivering a winning speech. In order to deliver a winning speech, you have to bring your A game. You have to have a variable rate of delivery. You have to have a variable volume control here. You have to have a meaningful gestures. You have to have meaningful eye contact, meaningful body movement, meaningful energy, meaningful convictions and enthusiasm, and entertainment value to your speech. These are the things that go into the making and building of a winning speech. Now, whenever I lay this on some of my attendees at my communication workshops, every once in a while I have some knucklehead stand up and say, "Oh, Wayne, you're full of it. You're old-fashioned. You're out of date." So what makes a winning speech is content. Content alone is what makes a winning speech. And to that individual I say this: I do not know one individual, I do not know one professional speaker who's making it on content alone. I do not know one Toastmaster who's walking out of their club meeting with the best speaker ribbon on content alone. I do not know one world champion of public speaking that has made it on content alone. No, you have to incorporate all of these elements of good communication skills in order to produce a winning speech. But what can we do in order to produce that winning speech? Can I be so bold as to offer you 3 little ideas, 3 little suggestions, 3 recommendations on how you can develop and deliver a winning speech? Can I do that? 3 little ideas that I think will help you win that blue ribbon and deliver a winning speech. 3 little ideas. If you're writing this down, this will be number 1. Number 1, first and foremost, is prepare, prepare, prepare. Now I know I lost a few of you on that one. This is the work phase. This is where we go in behind closed doors and go through the rehearsal process, and oh, how we hate rehearsals, don't we? Yeah. But I'm telling you, you cannot deliver a winning speech unless you've prepared and prepared in advance. But how much should you prepare? I'd love to tell the story of David Brooks. David Brooks, who was the 1990 world champion of public speaking. He was asked one time, says, how many times did you rehearse and deliver that winning speech before you finally won it? He said, I delivered that speech and rehearsed it over 300 times. The fellow who had asked the question said, wow, you must have had that speech memorized. David Brooks said, duh. Now, I'm not suggesting that any of you should rehearse and prepare your speech over 300 times. Not suggesting that. Here's what I'm suggesting. I'm suggesting in order to prepare a winning speech, you have to do a little bit more than what some of you are doing. I know what you're doing. Some of you are putting your speeches together while at a stoplight on Victoria Avenue before coming to the speech and go, that will not produce a winning speech. You have to prepare, prepare, and prepare in advance. That's the first thing. The second thing is start with the end in mind. And always, 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 the end in mind is your listening audience. Are you going to be producing something for that listening audience that they would want to invest their valuable time into listening to you? I believe audiences are just praying every time a speaker is introduced, oh dear Lord, please let this individual not waste my time. Let that individual give me something of value. And that's what you have to do. You see, Toastmasters need to realize that public speaking is one of the performing arts. You cannot make it on content alone. You have to have all of the ingredients of speaking in today's fast-moving world. So the second thing is start with the end in mind, your listening audience. The third thing, and this is so important, bring to your speech conviction, enthusiasm, and entertainment value. These are the things that go into the making and building of a speech. You know, an audience can deny and reject your logic, but an audience will never reject your emotions and your feelings. So those are the three things: prepare in advance, start with the end in mind, and finally to always bring some energy and some conviction to your speech. Now, I'm not here today to tell you that this is easy. It's not easy, George. It really isn't. It's not easy to break old habits. So I'm not here today to tell you that it's easy. But I'm here today to tell you that in the difficulty lies the opportunity to produce a winning speech. Mr.
Thank you very much, Wayne. And now, Angelina, you know how to produce a winning speech. Take a few moments to send Wayne a little note, if you would. In the meantime, let me tell you that the airlines have really advanced.